on the O-line committee. Let's do like 10 or 12 minutes of dumb football questions.
Hit me.
Because we got to get to a couple film breakdowns in our recording window here. But yeah, you guys, the audience, you send us awesome questions every week. So keep them coming in the YouTube comment section. And if you haven't already, if you're an hour into this thing and you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, take this opportunity to click that subscribe button and the like button as we continue our journey to 25,000 subs, hopefully, in another football season. So Quiffleball chimes in and says, how do agents, teams, and players pick out which reporters to give scoops to? Whenever there's a big national story, it always seems like there's reports that are maybe conflicting, where at least one outlet got something wrong, or there's conflicting information. How can we as consumers sort out what's fact and what's bogus in football? That's kind of two different questions. Who gets the easy answer, and then what's true and what's not?
The easy answer is you'll never know what's true.
You'll never know anything.
You'll never know what's true because as an agent, right, you want to create really good relationships with the people in the media around your team because they can feed you information of, hey, what's going on at practice, right? Like, hey, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? Right. And then at the same time, then you start to be able to find out, okay, who can I trust? Who can I like actually see, hey, are you telling me the truth? Are you actually feeding me right information? And I'm doing that as an agent, but guess what? The people inside the building are doing that as well with the other guys, right? They have guys that they trust because they want to make sure that, hey, here's your source. Or I know guys that pay people money, right? I know there's media guys that'll pay people money that'll be considered their source, but like, I'll never tell, right? I will take this to my grave and I'll die, right?
Wow.
Bullet to the head.
That's
like,
wild.
I know that's a fact. And that's how you hear from stuff inside the building, right? Like, source inside the building told me XYZ.
You know who it is right away? The mole?
Yeah.
There's
There's always a mole, right? But majority of the time is you find people you trust and you use them because they love information, right? You're in the media world, Mackie. Like, you guys live for information.
I don't like. There's like report. I used to be a reporter. I'm now more just
when you were a reporter,
an
like,
opinionist.
When you were a reporter, though, like any type of information that you can get on top of the other guys, like that's gold, right? And so as an agent, you use that a little bit to your advantage of like, hey, what do I want to leak out there? That's not going to hurt my client. That's not going to hurt the team, but maybe create a little buzz. Or, hey, who do I want to get on to? Hey, this guy's writing some really false reports about my player. Like, how do I educate this person, right? How do I have a conversation like, hey, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing, and let's talk about it? And I've actually done that with a couple guys. Like, let's watch some film and tell me why you think this is what's happening, right? So that goes there. And then the big piece is, why do you release stuff? It's always a self-serving thing. Like, it's never like, hey, do you want a buddy?
Information get out there?
Yeah, why? It's always self-serving, right? It's, hey, they're close on a deal. Right, like, hey, we're close on a deal. Oh, okay, sweet. And then that gets out, and so then the fans are like, woo, he's close on a deal, right? And then someone in the building's like, fuck, no, we're not. Hey, we're miles apart.
It's a fluid
we're
situation.
Miles apart. It's miles. And then a source inside the building says that they're miles apart.
Dude, Brandon Ayuk, agent, right?
100%.
Oh, all these. It's a bidding war. Look at all these teams. You better get in. Hey, Browns over here.
All lies.
On the media side too, and I, just. Again, I don't work as a reporter anymore, but I have enough friends in the industry, national reporter friends. When you get to a certain level and you're a national NFL insider or whatever sport you cover, you now trade in information. You become super valuable. Like, just as an example, Adam Schefter is super valuable to other teams looking for information. So once you get to that level where you might know something about this team over here or this situation, and another team says, hey, what are you hearing about that? Oh, I'll tell you. You got to float me a little something.
What do you got?
And you're
scratch my back, I scratch yours.
You're literally in the middle of an information freeway, and you're at an intersection where you're just trading, something from the Eagles for something over here to the Jets.
So it's funny you guys brought this up because I was thinking about this the other day. Remember in the Hunger Games when Ficken says to her that the world is really bought on secrets? That's the NFL. The NFL is not about money. And if you think it is, you're stupid. The more you know, the more they'll keep bringing you deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in. And the more they'll give you, the more money. Like, it's funny how the secrets end up becoming the money of all this. And you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden you have these relationships with these coaches where they can lean on you at times. Like Jay said, with these reporters, there's a lot of people in the building that are there for the coaches to be like, I need to lean on you. You need to start telling me everything. You're the mole to my team. And you're like, I'm not a snitch though, right? Like, no, you're definitely not a snitch. But if something goes haywire and we don't know about it, this could fuck us all up. And you're like, it's a good point, right? Like all of a sudden these things become important. I think one of the biggest things, and this is the hardest thing to understand, is the trust in the NFL, right? Like people don't trust us because by now they know we're always lying to them. Everything was a great game until it was our fault. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's my fault. I got to fix it, right? Like there's certain people that you can go to and you can get information from because they're just so emotional. And at times that was me. Like you just be like, what do you think about that pick? And you'd be like, motherfucker, threw the goddamn wrong route. You just go crazy, right? That's why at times they'd be like, Boone, shut up, go in the shower, go do this. Like people are quick to be like, you want a snack? Are you hungry? Oh yeah, food. The media, I come back, the media was gone. But dude, there's times too where they'll come and be like, hey, this is getting leaked. We need it to go this way. It's going this way now. I need you to divert it this way. Any way you can. And you'd come out and just fucking start whatever. I mean, I remember times where I'd be walking out of a room from one of probably the biggest team fights, and the people would be like right into a microphone. How's the team? We're great. We love each other. We all love each other. Turn around, everyone's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you later. I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're like,
but that you got to keep it in house though, right?
Everything. And sometimes it's hard because you're like, I just want to tell everybody these secrets, but I can't. And if I do, it's gonna dude, it's a lot. It's a lot at times because you're like, I don't want to know this. I don't want to know this.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it's just one quick. I had when I covered baseball like 15 years ago, I had a veteran in a clubhouse one time, and I was like, probably 3 years in covering the beat, so I was trusted enough. And he pulled me aside and he told me about some of the young players that were skirting dress code and just that there was like an issue with young players not taking it seriously. And I said, why are you telling me this? He goes, because I want that shit out there. I want, like, they need to know that this is what people think of them. And so, like, that happens all the time in the NFL too, where someone wants something out there and the only way to do it is to find a reporter.
Happened with Caleb Williams. Remember when the dude came out and was like, I'm sick of this motherfucker telling us how to clean shit up. That's an extreme blow up right there. Something that could have been handled inside. People would have no idea, but instead now everyone's kind of like, what side do I sit on? I know they do want my shit to be clean, but you are a rookie. Like, it's like, man, fuck, right? Like, as a teammate, you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
why did somebody have to say this? Right?
You're like, yeah, he's right. We should definitely clean this up, but like, why is he to tell me what to do?
Right? That's the whole point. Like, now all of a sudden the team is in this silly petty fight, and everyone's kind of like, fuck.
There's one vet. There's one vet that's like peeing in his locker. It's like, we'll see who's gonna clean what up, Rook. Like,
that's a bottle of piss.
Some salty vet just sitting there, just pissing in a bottle, leaving it up in the locker. Like,
you clean
it up.
Yeah, it's hilarious. All right, we do have to get going here behind the scenes because we have two film breakdowns.
Film is back.
Break it down.
Dumb football questions. Booney's knee is replaced. He's alive.
He's surviving, not thriving.
I'll be thriving in a week. All right, I promise.
Okay. Steak and a beer on that?
Steak and a beer that I will be ready by next Tuesday.
Okay.
We'll define ready.
We'll get some parameters on this bet.
It's the O-line committee. See you guys.